Good morning, and welcome to Monday Inspo with Pastor Nina Obikudo. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and the joy of the Lord will continually be our strength. How are you doing? How was your weekend? And I trust that you're having a great start to your working, schooling, business week, as the case may be for you. What a delight to be with you this Monday morning. I know and I trust that everything is going on well with you. Everything will go on well with you, and you will have reasons to rejoice and be glad. Now, today on Monday Inspo, we will be looking at Fill Up. But just before then, let's have a recap of all that we have done in the month of November. Now, we started with taking stock, and we said we need to take stock to give thanks, because when we take stock, we would make an inventory of our life, of how far we've gone, of how far God has helped us. We will be able to give thanks to Him. We will be able to see that we were not left alone to ourselves this year. We did not just, start up and remain at the same spot, but we will see that we have moved, we have shifted, we've made progress, and then we will be able to give thanks to God. Now, the second Monday, we looked at stock taking, but this time around to plan and to prepare. We said when you take stock, when you make an inventory of your business, of your life, of your career, where you are, it will enable you make proper plans, proper preparations for the next step, for the next year, for the next season of your life. And then last week on Monday Inspo, we moved from taking stock to give thanks. We moved from taking stock to prepare and plan to something we called habitat and adaptation, if you like. And we said that there is a place where you thrive. There's a place that is natural for man to thrive. So we say when you find yourself in an environment that is hurting, that is filled with hate, or does not portray love, you need to move out, because that is not your natural habitat. Now, we looked at 2 Timothy 1:7 that says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but He has given unto us the spirit of power, of love, and a sound mind. So we said any environment, any habitat that does not let you have a sound mind, does not show love to you, you need to move away from that, because you will eventually die. You will not be able to progress. Now, we took an example of a fish. We said natural habitat of a fish is water. The moment you take the fish out of water, it cannot survive. Now, God has embedded everything in that fish that enables it to survive in water. So it has fins to enable it to swim and all of that. But when you take it out of water, it still has fins, but it cannot survive, because the fish cannot swim on sand or in land. So even though you still have all that God has embedded in your inside, just like the fish. The moment you are not in the right habitat, the moment you're not in the right place, you will not be able to thrive. You will not be able to perform as God has ordained for you to perform, and eventually you will die. So make sure that in 2023, you find yourself in the right habitat. You find yourself in a place where you can adapt with everything that God has put inside of you, and you can make good progress. And I'm happy to see all of you online. Uzo, it's been a long time on Monday Inspo. Good to see you. Good to see you, Pastor Charles. Thank you all for following through what we do here on Monday Inspo. And very quickly today on Monday Inspo, we will be talking about Fill Up. Now, I know that we are all gradually winding down for the year, and we're doing a lot of things. People are wrapping up in their businesses, or children are writing exams, and calling it the holiday season in a few weeks from now. And so many things are, gradually going low. People are beginning to make travel plans, or how am I going to spend Christmas with my family and all whatnot. Now, this is a season where you also need to fill up. And now that's why we're talking about Fill Up today on Monday Inspo. And something that came ready to my mind as an illustration that I want us to look at today is the importance of a fuel tanker. I believe that we all know a fuel tanker, a tanker that dispenses fuel to filling stations. Now, you see, there is no filling station that doesn't have a fuel tanker. They either own it or they hire it, but every fueling station needs and must have a fuel tanker. Now, why is this fuel tanker very important to the filling station? The fuel tanker is what goes to the depot, picks up the product. It could either be fuel or it could either be diesel, and then brings it back to the fueling station, dispenses it out into their tank that they have in the station, usually buried on the ground. And then it is dispensed from that into the fuel tanks or stations, little stations that we have. And so we take our cars there to get them filled up. Now, as long as the filling station doesn't have a tanker that goes to the depot to take fuel and bring it back to the station, even if they have some in their tank, after a while it runs out and they become empty and they go out of business, right? So you see why the fuel tanker is very important to a filling station. Now watch this. Much more than that fuel tanker being important or being, necessary to go to the depot and pick up fuel, if the fuel tanker in itself is not full, it will not be able to carry out that duty for the filling station. Let's take that again. As much as the fuel tanker is important to the filling station or to the business owner, if the fuel tanker itself is not full, it will not be able to carry out this activity, this job description for the filling station. So you see, before the fuel tanker is able to go to the depot, pick up products, bring it back to the filling station, and then it is dispensed to other people, it needs to be filled in itself. Because it has a tank that needs fuel to enable it run. So first of all, that container, that tanker that carries sometimes up to 33,000 liters of petroleum products, first has its own tank that needs to be filled, and sometimes needs to even have its reserve filled for it to be able to carry that much product to be dispensed to customers. You are a tanker. I am a tanker. And one thing we find is that year in and year out, we have the potential to just keep running, keep running, keep running. But do you take out time to stop for a minute and check your tank? Do you take out time to stop and check the gauge? Or am I running low of fuel myself? Or do I need to refill? Because as long as that tanker thinks that my job is just to give, you will give and give and give, and then you will crash at some point. Because any vehicle that just keeps running on the road and the owner or the driver never stops to check, do I have enough fuel? Do I have enough diesel in my tank? It will run until everything becomes dry, and that the car halts. The car will not be able to move. No matter what you do, no matter how far you are going, no matter how far you've gone in the journey, no matter where you're beginning from or where you started from or where you are at the point, even if it's a quarter to finish line, as long as you run out of fuel, you will halt. Your journey will end just at that point. Until, of course, you are able to go get products and come and refill your tank. And most of the time, there are some vehicles that are so fashioned that if you let the fuel or the diesel in them run out, it will cost you much more than just buying fuel to put in it again. So many other things may even be damaged in that a machine or car or vehicle. Now that's what happens even to the human body. As long as you keep running without taking a break to check yourself, as long as you keep running without taking a break to refuel, as long as you keep running without checking your gauge to know if you can continue on the journey, or if you need to take a break and rest, or if you need to refuel, or you need to take a drink, you need to take a booster to boost yourself, you may just be like the car that is running on empty, and very soon your journey will come to a halt. Now, I don't want anyone to stop halfway. If we've come this far to the month of November and we want to continue running even into 2023 and beyond, you need to stop and check your gauge. Am I running on half tank? Am I almost empty? Am I already empty? Perhaps that's the reason why you can't see results. Perhaps that's the reason why it looks like everything is on hold. Perhaps that's the reason why it looks like you're not making progress anymore. Oh, it was a fast lane. I just kept going, but somehow I seem to be stuck right now. I seem not to be moving. I seem not to be making progress. It looks like my village people are after me. No, 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 no. It may not just be anybody. You need to stop and check your tank. Why? Because you just may have need to fill up. Every tanker is important, but you see, that tanker that dispenses fuel also needs to be full, also needs to station itself and get products, fuel products or diesel products into it to be able to carry out its activity. And it is on this note that I also think that I need to take a break so I can fill up. And that's why this is our last Monday Inspo for the year 2022. And at this point, I want to sincerely say thank you to all who have followed through from January up until now, for your comments, for your encouragement, for all of you who check up on me every time that we do not have Monday Inspo. For people who drop comments of encouragement, for people who follow through on YouTube, on Instagram, I'm sincerely grateful. I know that we will do better in the year 2023. Oh, someone was trying to keep me on, and so she said, why are you stopping Monday Inspo today? Why don't you do a recap of everything we've done this year? I would love to. I mean, I love to come up here every Monday morning. I love to share every Monday morning. I love to encourage, to inspire, to challenge someone. And trust me, I even get inspired myself, because after we come on live, I go on offline and I listen to it over and over again, and I get real value for what I have even shared. But even though it's beautiful to be with you every Monday morning, at this point I have to stop. And I have to refill. I have to stop and I have to get more fuel so that in 2023, I can come up stronger and better, and we can have a more beautiful experience with Monday Inspo. Thank you so much for staying strong in 2022. Thank you so much for being an influencer. Thank you so much for taking the bull by the horn, for stepping out of your comfort zone, for putting into practice all that we discuss on Monday Inspo. Thank you for sharing your results with me. Thank you for making me know that this is not a waste of time. I'm so grateful to have you all in my space. I'm so grateful for the time that you guys give to me to share with you. I'm so grateful that you allow me tag you on and carry you along. And for the people who fight me because I do not tag them, I'm so sorry. Right now I'm speaking and I'm remembering someone who is going to fight me for not tagging her on today. I'm so sorry. But thank you for following through on Monday Inspo. We call it a day, or should I say a year, on Monday Inspo for 2022. We look forward to 2023, where God will help us do better than we've done in this year. I will come on maybe on the second Monday, I'm not very certain, in December, and we'll have giveaways. We'll have a good time just winning gifts, courtesy Monday Inspo. Wow. I'm about to wrap up, but I do not know how to leave you. I can't say until I come your way again next week, Monday. So until I come your way again on Monday Inspo, this is me saying thank you for following through in 2022. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay knowing that God loves you so very much, and so do I. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed Christmas season. God bless you. See you maybe in the second Monday of December, just for winnings, recharge cards, launch dates, I don't know, anything that God will lay in my hand to give out, courtesy Monday Inspo. See you in 2023. God bless you so much. Have a blessed week.